Now available for the first time in paperback, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. Learn all the reasons why so many black women can't find a husband and why 70% of black women are single. Get your copy of Why 70% of Black Women Are Single on Amazon.com today.
Carlee Russell was arrested and charged with filing false reports in connection with the kidnapping she claimed she was a part of on July 13th.
I'm going to get to a story we've been following closely out of Alabama. The Alabama woman who lied about being kidnapped is now charged with lying to police. 26-year-old Carlee Russell disappeared after calling 911 to report seeing a toddler walking on the side of the road, but police say none of that ever happened.
Her decisions that night created panic and alarm for the citizens of our city and even across the nation as the concern grew that a kidnapper was on the loose using a small child as bait.
Well, Russell turned herself in yesterday and is now out on bail. According to police, she's facing up to 2 years in jail if convicted.
Now, back on July 13th, Carlee Russell was driving at night on Interstate 459, where she claims she saw a toddler wandering on the highway without their parents and made a call to 911 to tell them about this child. Now, Carlee Russell, after making this call, then pulled her car over to the shoulder of Interstate 459, where she claimed that she had been confronted by an orange-haired man who allegedly jumped out of the bushes and ambushed her and put her in another car where a woman was in the vehicle. And she then claimed that she was taken to the tractor trailer and put in the back of a tractor trailer, transported to another location where she was made to strip, and then this individual wound up taking nude photos of her. And then after he took these photos, she then said she escaped and walked back to her home. Now, this was a story that Carlee Russell told that became very popular on mainstream and social media. However, as Hoover police did their investigation, they soon found that they could not corroborate or substantiate any of the details of Carlee Russell's story. Now, after Hoover police did a further investigation and found that they could not substantiate any of the details of Carlee Russell's story, this is where Hoover police began to really grill Carlee Russell, and eventually her lawyer came out with a statement saying that the whole story was a hoax. And after they found out the story was a hoax, it was just a matter of time before Hoover police went and filed criminal charges against Carlee Russell, because filing a false report with 911 is a crime, and also going out here and filing a false report to law enforcement is a crime. Now, these are misdemeanors as related to the charges, but Carlee Russell, I believe, needs to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, and she needs to be given the maximum sentence of 1 year in jail on both charges, because she basically went out here and did this, I believe, with malice of forethought. Now, I believe the reason why Carlee Russell went out here and fabricated this story is because I believe she was looking to cover up a possible affair that she was having on her boyfriend. That is the reason I believe Carlee Russell went out here and fabricated this whole story and was using this story to make it look like she was disappearing. She wanted to distract people from the ratchet behavior she had been participating in, because lots of women like this, again, they live double lives, and I've talked about this in multiple videos. They live a double life, and as part of that double life, what they do is go out here and they have a nice life on the outside, where they're out here living that good life with their parents and their boyfriend, But in actuality, they're doing a lot of ratchet stuff under the table. They have a side dude, and that's what I believe happened with Carlee Russell. She had herself a side dude and wanted to find a way to get with that side dude, and what she wanted to do to get with that side dude and allow him to get a taste of the atomic waste from the special place was she concocted this story. Now, I believe she concocted this story not to get attention, but to get with this dude, and she did this all to get with that dude and have everybody chasing their tails looking for her when she was already with this dude at some other place. Now, Carlee, this is not substantiated. This is just me speculating. But again, I look at Carlee Russell's behavior, and I still believe that she is lying and looking to cover for somebody with her lies, because if she could walk back home, what it shows me is that she's with somebody in that neighborhood. That's what it shows to me as related to Carlee Russell's behavior. And when I look at Carlee Russell's behavior again, it is reprehensible, it is unethical, and she needs to be punished to set an example to other women that if you go out here and you participate in this kind of unethical and just egregious behavior, you will be held accountable, and you will be held accountable by law enforcement, because we really need to set a boundary for women's behavior. We really need to set a boundary for women's behavior, because a lot of women in America, they have basically believed that they can get a pass for being out of line. We have a real serious problem in our gynocentric society in that we don't punish women for their irresponsible, reckless, egregious, and unethical behaviors like the ones Carlee Russell has been confirmed to have participated in. Women can go out here and participate in hoaxes like this, and what happens is our gynocentric criminal justice system basically gives these women a slap on the wrist. And because it gives them a slap on the wrist, what this does is encourage other women to pull stunts like this to get attention, encourages women to go out here and look to go out here and pull stuff like this to try to get attention for themselves, because they know that there will be no one to punish them for their behavior. And this is why we need to go out here and make an example of Carlee Russell as related to this just, again, egregious behavior. There needs to be an example set as related to her that will discourage other women from looking to go out here and abuse things like our 911 system. Our 911 system is something that needs to be taken seriously, because we took resources away from law enforcement that could have been used to deal with other crimes as related to this search for this baby, the search for Carlee Russell herself. I mean, lots of government officials were going around here looking for this woman, lots of people looking for this woman, and she went out here and violated the public trust by just using 911 as her own thing to get attention. And from the look of her mugshot, it looks like this woman basically is not taking anything seriously, and that cannot be reinforced by our criminal justice system. We need to make an example of this woman to let her know that this is not a joke, and that you cannot go out here and take things like 911 and law enforcement as a joke, because this is the problem we have with a lot of women like this. They believe that they can go out here and use things like 911 and law enforcement as their own personal thing to get attention for themselves, their own personal thing to get trauma started. And that's not what law enforcement is about. That's not what 911 is about. No, 911 is about actual emergencies, and it's about looking to help those who are in an actual emergency. And this whole situation with Carlee Russell, again, trivializes the whole dire situation as related to the thousands of black women out there who go missing every day. I mean, there are thousands of sisters out here who are missing every day, and they can't get any sort of traction as related to their investigations because people don't think it's credible, and they don't think it's credible because they have to deal with women who create hoaxes like Carlee Russell, women who create hoaxes because they are upset about the state of their lives and they want to go out here and get a thrill, similar to the way white women go out here looking to get a thrill because they're bored with their lives. Well, if you're bored with your life or you're bored with your relationship, then go out here and deal with that with a licensed psychotherapist. Do not go out here and abuse the resources of law enforcement. Do not go out here and abuse the 911 system. Do not go out here and put people's lives in jeopardy because you're feeling bored or you're feeling whatever. No, you go work out your problems with a therapist or whoever, and that's what Carlee Russell needs to be doing when she winds up getting sentenced for that 2 years in prison that maybe she needs to serve consecutively so that she can learn a lesson about wasting people's time by having to do time for abusing our system, because this type of behavior, again, cannot be encouraged and cannot be enabled by our gynocentric criminal justice system, because women need to understand that 911 and reporting yourself missing is a serious matter, and it is not something that can be trivialized and presented as a joke. No, this is where Carlee Russell needs to learn a hard lesson through our criminal justice system, and she needs to be punished and to set that example to let all of these other women know that 911 is not a joke. Now, if you want to pick up some of my books on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. And if you want to learn about why women like Carlee Russell participate in their dysfunctional behaviors, you can pick up my book, The Woman Crisis, on Amazon.com. And you can also pick up a book that will detail Carlee Russell's future, the book, Why 70% of Black Women Are Single. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today.
Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.